Good morning to you all. It's been a while. I was busy with finishing up something I've been working on. Well, it's like a one, two, three step um, program of, well, self healing with the elements. So I'm just sharing the way I have done it myself. Um, demagnetizing the programs that are within the organs, that are within the element landscape, that are within the body instrument, and the way I have done it when I was so sick, and decided to sit down and just start talking to my body and letting go of everything I learned before that. And that way, I made available for all of you out there who resonate with that way. And yeah, for me, it's the perfect way and to demagnetize programs and yeah, and make and use your body instrument in a very beautiful way to beat this game, this simulation. And make sure that because the programs are there, we can do nothing about that. The asteroid programs, they are there, but we can demagnetize them, and so they lose their power. And then it's up to us to be very conscious about it and just check our outside screen and because in the latest video, I don't know if you if you have seen the latest video of Lolita. Man, oh my God, I loved it. Oh, thank you, Lolita. I loved it so much. And the video before about Pluto, entering the eighth house of Aquarius, the house of death, the ether. And well, the ether war has accelerated. That's for sure. That's for sure. I've experienced myself and well, AI attack in a way through a tower, and I will talk about it. And also I see it reflected back through well, the people I know, and yeah, so it's going on. It's going on. The attacks on our electromagnetic system. Yeah, yeah, and the agents, of this this simulation. I've experienced two agents during the full moon. When it was full moon was in Virgo, the moon program was fully active, and I'm Virgo. The programming. My sun is in Virgo, and but I had no troubles. And Nessus was also in a certain alignment with the moon. So, my Nessus program, it's rape, it's murder, it's violence. And so, but during that full moon, I felt great. I never, I was just tired. I'm always very tired during the full moon, but that was all. But I had two guys that came out of nowhere. There we have Nessus. Yeah, because Nessus was in the House of Death, Aquarius, and Pluto, of course, was there, and is going to be there for a while. But if you want to know more about that, I advise you to watch and start following Lalita Karoli. I will place a link below the video if you have not yet watched the latest 10 videos of Lalita, because she explains it in a way that only she can. And I just love her. I love her. She's my beloved friend, and well, I always resonate with her. So yeah, we see the simulation in the same way. So yeah, well, getting back to the full moon, in Virgo, and my Nessus, of course, violence and rape and etc. in the eighth house of Aquarius, the house of death. And I also have two programs there, the asteroid Roma, and the asteroid Athena. Well, not the asteroid, but Athena is also there. And Athena is the rape of the mystics, rape. And Roma, it's Rome, well, it's well, and the occult, of course, yeah, it's present there. So of course I had Rome at my door. I had Rome at my door, and it was 1 hour after because I watched the video of Lolita about Pluto entering, the house of death, Aquarius, and then the start of the Ether War, the acceleration. And so I decided, well, let me check what programs I have in the eighth house. So I did that 1 hour before. I was like, oh, Rome and Athena rape, okay, and in the occult. So yeah. So 1 hour later, there's someone at my door. Knock knock, because I don't have a doorbell. I don't like a doorbell. So knock knock. So who's at the door? Well, I'm an Indian priest. I work together with the Christian and the Catholic Church, and I'm here to because I've noticed you make beautiful stuff, and I feel like you are someone who has an open mind and can be very valuable for the thing I want to do here in the village. I want to bring people together. Can I come in and introduce myself? And I could read the soul immediately. Well, the soul lives immediately. And I was like, no, well, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I'm so busy. And I'm cooking and I have a meeting later and there's no time now. And, send me an email. Let me know what it is you exactly expect from me. And then maybe I can be of service. But of course, nothing of that. But there you had, there was the program Rome. Rome was in front of my doorstep. Yeah, Nessus, trying to rape me. And then the next day, in the morning, I was doing my walk with the dogs, and there was this guy coming after me, and I know where they live, but I never talked or spoke to them before. But apparently, he saw me. He saw me walking by, and well, and he decided to follow me. But so he came after me and he started talking to me, and I was like, okay, there we go again. Program number two. Let's see what's happening here. And so I decided to just, let it unfold and just have fun with it because, I have fun with the game. And well, and he walked with me the whole walk that morning until we were back in the street where I live. And he tried to lure me in with, because I've written, children's songs and, created the children website and, how they can use the elements. But it's all, it's not resonating anymore. I have to update it fully, but, I don't have the time, not yet. So, but so he was a light barrier. Yeah, and everywhere where he came, it was everybody would come to him because he was this light barrier. And oh, and I'm just like, oh wow, this is beautiful. And and he had an energetic chord with the composer Bach, with Bach, Bach. And so he could compose songs, and he did that for a very long time, and children's songs. So I was like, oh, well, what a coincidence! What a coincidence! Children's songs. Well, I have also written 7 children's songs back when I was living in the forest, and about the earth and the elements, etc. And well, so I started singing just for fun, because I'm always me everywhere I go. I don't give a fuck about what people think of me, or if I want to sing a song when I have to be in a supermarket, to get some basic stuff. I sing my songs, you know, and I don't care what other people think, or it's not important. And so I started singing my songs, out loud. And he was like, "Oh wow, oh wow. Well, why don't you come and I'll connect to Bach, the machine elf Bach, and I will write music for you. So and then children can also play it on the piano and on the flute, etc." And so I was like, well, now that's wonderful, but I already have them online for the children to enjoy, and I just sing a cappella, and that's enough, and it's okay. And well, thank you for the offering, and have a beautiful day, and bye, and never again. So that happened during the full moon in Virgo, and so you see how it works. I have demagnetized those programs. Nessus I have demagnetized. Roma I have demagnetized, and but they try, because the programs are there, so they hope they can lure you in, so you give consent in a way, but and then they can, so that you automatically magnetize it again. The pillar falls down and you magnetize it again, and but I'm just aware. And so I was like, nice try. Yeah, bring it on. Nice try. So that was that. And so, and we can all demagnetize those programs, bring it into a harmonizing, well, so harmonizing, I always call it 0 point, but it's like the harmonizing source, but then not the creator of this realm, but the true source, in which we have a spark within, that center point. If we weave it back, the programming in a program, to that core source 0 point, it demagnetizes. And the way I have done it is, the body speaks through the elements, and the elements are connected in this system, in this simulation, to organs and to emotions and to illnesses. Am I saying it right? Illnesses. Yeah. So so I made this overview, and then you can check for yourself. Step 1. What's mostly present in this now moment for you. You can look at the illnesses, the emotions, and lots of stuff, and then you can just diagnose yourself. Okay, so that element I have to work with. In that element, there's a program active, and in this moment. And then I have 2 MP3s, guided, well, not meditations, but it's like a guided element journey, and in which I share how I did it, and first we start with bringing in the right climate. First you go check your organs and see what's happening there. If there's too much heat, for example, you need to bring in the water. The climate of the water is the cold. So first you go check that, and every climate has its own finger, you could say. Every element has its own finger, and then you make the energy movement that is always the right one when you connect to only your source, your true source, true creator, spark, golden spark. Not the creator of this realm, but the creator of the other realm, not this realm, but the creator of, well, infinity. And um, and of course your heart consciousness. But that's all you need. You don't need your chakras. You don't need anything outside yourself. It's all you. You are the magician. You are the alchemist. So, and then I take you through that. How to and you have to trust that you know it all, and you just make the energy movement on the organ, and you just bring it in all the way down to the core, where you activate it into that core center and that 0 point, and you do it with a sound, and yeah, and then it becomes the alchemizing center point within that program, and then in the second MP3 by step 3, we well we bring the separation that is present, consciously, of course, within this simulation. They have separate everything. We go sit in that element, and we just weave it. We weave the feminine energy, the male energy, the child energy. We weave it all to that alchemizing 0 point. And then you demagnetize it. And of course, sometimes you have to repeat it because there are different layers within a program. But it's the way I reset my organs from being very ill to becoming healthy again. So it has proven me that it works. And yeah, so, and I'm in a very peaceful, loving state, and having a lot of fun with the simulation game. And yeah, so it's finally ready, and you can download it on my website. I will place a link below, and you can experience it yourself. And well, have fun with it. Yeah. And I wanted to share also that I have to drink some water, but I don't have anything nearby. Yeah, I wanted to share about the acceleration when it comes to the ether war. Where Lolita was talking about the attacks on our electromagnetic system. There's a place here I live in the north of the Netherlands, and between both places in the north of the Netherlands, you have this long bridge that divides the ocean, the Waddenzee, they call it, and an inner lake, a very big inner lake in the Netherlands, and they call it IJsselmeer. They have been working there for, I don't know, almost 2 years, doing stuff that you think, I don't know what you're doing there, but okay. It must be part of, the control system. And they already had 5G towers there, of course. We have it here also in the village. Very small village, and they have like 8 of them. But that's okay, I can work with that. I can alchemize it. Oh. But they had placed oh man. Yeah, I have to press pause now. So, I was in need of some water. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about the acceleration when it comes to attacks on our electromagnetic system. And I was talking about the bridge between the 2 parts of the north of the Netherlands. And well, there is this place in the middle, well, somewhere in the middle, and it's a cute place. And I sometimes I go there because there are only 14 houses, and it's like this little community. It's like a free state, and they live there and they have their own gardens, and it's a wonderful place, and you can walk into the ocean a very long time. So I wasn't there, I hadn't been there for a month, so I decided to, go walk there with the dogs. And something new, I will see if I will, well, I don't want to go there again, but I don't have a phone, so I cannot make pictures. I don't have a phone. I don't want a portal in my home. Well, I do have a phone that if it's needed, I can use it as a camera, but it's always out. It's not working, and I always go outside without a phone. And so, but I don't want to go back there. Never again. Never again, because they have placed an installation, and it was not like the 5G towers, something else. Oh, just a moment. Yeah, you go. There you go. And mm, it's something else. Um, well, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it was a new kind of tower, and next to those beautiful houses, within the area of their beautiful gardens. And as soon as I walked into that field, electro field of that tower, it was like iron to, an iron plate wanted to come into my heart and took over my lungs and went all the way down to my hands, through my arms to my hands. And I could hardly breathe. I have itching. So I could hardly breathe, and I look at my dogs, and I have an old dog, so he's breathing already not very good, but he was having such a difficult time. And my younger dog, she's only 3 years old and very full of life and healthy. She had the tongue outside of her mouth and just she couldn't hardly breathe. She could hardly breathe. So I decided to, get out of that field, whatever it was. And so I did, but we had to walk in slow motion to get back to the car. And as soon as we were out of that field, I could breathe again. But I experienced very hot places on my legs, like you have burned yourself. And I've experienced that before during an attack, also an electromagnetic AI attack in the forest when I was living in the caravan in the Ardennes in Belgium. I've experienced one time a very powerful attack, and it was like I was on fire, and I had that same feeling of being burned places on my body. So I had that again. So I immediately knew it was an electromagnetic attack on my system. And also, what is it? They don't want me to share it because of the itching. Well, and it took me, I was aware of it, of course, and when I came home, I just went, checking my field, checking everything, and I could find it eventually in my water element, in that part of the system, because it's an attack on your, well, you could say core energy, and that's part of the water element, the kidney, and the bladder. And of course, it also worked on my yoni area and my anus area. So everything became like fire. And my dogs experienced it too. So I just went watering myself, you could say. Bring the water back into the water element because they just took it out of the system in a way. So eventually, it was okay. I just managed to repair myself within the system. And but the same thing, well, yeah, the same thing, a similar thing happened to a sister of mine. She's a bit older. She's around her 70s, and she's she's not where she's just her consciousness is somewhere else. Mm, mm. And so she's still very much into the angels and oh, I have a purpose here, and oh, I had a new earth, and and okay, well, she is where she is, and that's okay. So she's fully open to all, they can do whatever they want to do with her. She's still into the new age very much, and she experienced that her brain was just totally well, collapsing in a way. And it was like a spiral, how do you call it? When you have a storm or a tornado. It was like a tornado was coming in and was wanted to take over her body and pull her out of her body. So I feel it's important to share because it's and we talked about it. She came by yesterday because she's going to Hungary for a while, and so she came to say goodbye, and it was around the same period that she experienced that, and also the heat around her yoni and anus, and so attack on the water element also, and the core energy, the kidney and the bladder. So we talked about that, but I feel the way I just it was like they were trying to pull her into the metaverse. Um, that was what I was getting. So that's going on also. And I have friends who live in metaverse cities, and they have constantly, the high peeps in their ears. So it's accelerating big time now. The control system, the ether war, Just wanted to let you know that as soon as I feel they are attacking the electromagnetic system that is being attacked, it has a direct how do you say it? Where do you say it? It influences. Oh, my English. The water element, the kidney, the bladder. So you make sure you go sit with your kidney, with your bladder. You go sit and you make sure you fill it up with water, and that's the way you can reset your system. Yeah. Mm. Because that's how powerful you are as a source connected being. Yeah. So I felt it's important to share. Mm. Anything else? Anything else? I'm thinking. Was there something else? No. No, I guess that's that for now. And yeah, there's nothing more to say. Just be very aware of the war that is accelerating now. the attacks, and know that it's attacking your water system. You know, they want to inflame everything. So work with the water. Make sure you keep your kidneys, your bladder. And if you don't know how, just go to, just go to my website, and download what I'm sharing, and do it that way. Yeah. And yeah. Well, I guess that's it for now. Hang in there and don't forget to have fun with this simulation. And love to you all.